Hi, I'm Annie Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington REALTORS Legal Hotline lawyer. In this episode, I want to talk to you about some forms revisions that are coming out on July 25th, 2025, specifically the revisions related to referral fees or disclosure of referral fees. When you are the recipient of a referral from a third-party source and you've entered a referral agreement with that third-party source so that you are going to pay part of your earned compensation to a third party, you are required to disclose that to your client. Part of the agency law says that the client must consent to commission sharing. And so when you have this obligation to pay a third party, you have to disclose that to your client in such a way that they can consent to that provision. With that understanding, a new paragraph has been added to both the listing agreement and the buyer brokerage services agreement. So Form 1A and 1A SWF, whichever version of the listing agreement you're using, and Form 41, the buyer brokerage services agreement, both have a newly added paragraph where you will disclose to your client the fact that you owe a referral fee to a third-party source. When you make a referral to another broker, you should also disclose to the party you just referred that you will receive compensation from that referral. So there's a brand new form for that, Form 11A. 11A is a disclosure notice only. It does not create the terms of the referral fee agreement. That's a separate form that you're going to use when you enter the agreement between you and the broker to whom you're referring the client. But you should give a disclosure to the client. Form 11A is for that purpose, disclosing to the client that you will receive compensation from the broker to whom you have referred that client. The final forms revision I want to talk about is Form 42C. Form 42C has been revised to include a new paragraph. The new paragraph will be used in a very narrow set of circumstances. That set of circumstances being you are the listing broker, you're approached by an unrepresented buyer. While you're talking to the unrepresented buyer, you advise them to get representation. They say, I'd like to do that. Can you refer me to a broker? And you say, absolutely, here's a referral. And you refer the buyer to another broker. When you do that, you will presumably be compensated by that broker for having made that referral to them. Listing brokers in that scenario, you have to give your seller notice of the fact that you're going to earn not only the compensation that the seller has agreed to pay you in the listing agreement, but you're also now going to be compensated additionally and separately through this referral fee agreement for the referral of this buyer to this buyer broker. Your seller has to be made aware of that. Form 42C, the newly added provision to that form, serves that purpose. In that same exact scenario, Form 42C is not necessary for the buyer broker to put their buyer on notice because in that scenario, the referred buyer broker will negotiate the Form 41 with their buyer and of course use the newly added paragraph in Form 41 to disclose to their buyer that they will be paying a referral fee to the listing broker in this case. If you have questions on these forms revisions or any other topic, please ask me a question by visiting warealtor.org. Thank you for being a Washington REALTORS member.